Okay, so a lot of people don't know how to cook, and that's okay, because not everybody knows how to cook. So, I have a friend. We're going to leave this person nameless. And I'm going to show you how easy it is just to make something simple. You can make this even like after, if you've never cooked before, if you drink vodka, you can make this. And all you need really is 3 ingredients. So this little pan right here, like I got this off of eBay. There's a couple stains on it, but that's actually because I've actually had this little pan for, I don't know, many moons. I don't know how many moons are in 9 years, but there's a lot of moons in 9 years. That's not an ingredient. That's a tool of the trade. Some people would call it a piece of equipment. Now, I recommend if you're gonna cook, you should absolutely drink something. I mean, orange juice, soda, water. Me personally, I like a little bit of vodka with a splash of soda water. I'm sorry, I have that mixed up. Soda water with a splash of vodka. Okay, so this is 3 ingredients. This is very simple. I'm gonna put that to the side. Butter. See, it says butter. It might be backwards. And don't judge. I've got my bandana on because I was a slacker over the weekend and I didn't really like clean or do anything. So I've been cleaning and doing laundry because I have a child. And it's just kind of one of those things where it's like you kind of just have to do it. This is a little pan. You can use any pan. This is just the one that's not in the dishwasher at the moment. That's why I chose this one. That's a true story. So I don't know what you would call that. Half a tablespoon of butter. We got corn tortillas. So you just want to make sure that your tortilla fits in the pan. You can use corn, you can use flour. I've never really seen small corn tortillas. And then we've got cheese. This is the most important part. It's kind of like the hearty part of it. Now, if you're feeling adventurous, or if you have like leftover chicken, or maybe, you know what? Hold that thought. So we did get some tacos. Yeah, no, this isn't gonna work actually. Just forget that. But if you have leftover meat, you can absolutely use leftover meat for your. This is called a quesadilla. Now, I'm not Hispanic, but quesadilla is essentially a corn tortilla with just cheese in it. So the key to this, without burning it, I don't know if you can quite see what I'm doing here. Ah, oops. Sorry. Okay, so, oh, that's much better. Okay, so you want to keep it on low heat. I think that's low heat, okay? It says low. It says low, but it looks low, right? Because, I mean, you could have something say one thing and it's another. So you want the flame really low. You don't want it necessarily like super hot at this point. So we put the other tortilla on top. I'm not very good at doing this, but I think you're gonna get the gist of it, because when you see something, and I like to just take the butter and put little slithers of it like on top of the tortilla, because that's what we're cooking with this time. I also love to make bacon grilled cheese sandwiches, but that's gonna have to be another video, because that involves a 4th ingredient and using the oven, which if you're not used to using the oven, and a lot of people aren't, so that's okay. Let's just stick to this. I'm off track. So essentially and you don't want to burn it. You don't want to burn it. That's important. Because see, here's the thing. You can't recover. Like, once you burn something, you can't recover from that. You can always heat something up more, but once it's like too cooked, that's it. You can't recover from that. Now, I like to clean as I go, and I just cleaned my kitchen. So what I'm gonna do, because the dishwasher is going, I'm just gonna like do a little rinsey rinse. I'm gonna put my knife in here and then like later on when I empty out the clean dishes, I'll put the dirty dishes in. This goes straight back into the refrigerator. I don't like to use soft butter unless we're making a cake, but that's really advanced. We're not there yet, but we'll get there. So we're gonna put this back. Don't go nowhere. Here I am. And you're gonna need what's called a spatula. This is one. It's a random one. I don't have luxury anything. I kind of prefer it that way. Because then if it all goes to shit, then you don't give two fucks about it. Oh, shit. Oh, it's all right. Okay, so if, yeah, you just whatever. You just need something to flip it with. A spatula works. Maybe you don't have a spatula. And now you know what? Trust me, I've been there. So if you don't have a spatula, you're going to love this. I own a spatula, but I don't own metal forks anymore. There's a story to that. That's a long story. I have a plastic fork and a knife. You can flip it with a fork and a knife. You could use a spoon. You could use chopsticks. You could get creative, but essentially, we're not going to use either one of those things because we have a spatula that sort of fits in this little pan that I chose. We might, you know what? We're going to choose something else. Don't get mad at me. Sometimes it's easier to use tongs. You know what? There's really no wrong way. It's all about temperature and ingredients. You can improvise on the tools. That's what I actually love about cooking. You can improvise on the tools. So we're going to just flip this bad boy here. And you'll see that we didn't get the first side toasty. Oh, sorry. Okay, hold on. Nope. There you go. And you don't necessarily want the first side toasty because it's all about melting the cheese. You want to get a good base, a good foundation. So while that's simmering, that is a real cooking word, simmering, you have to drink. So now you understand why you have to have something to drink. It doesn't have to be alcohol. That's what I choose. See how the flame is still low? That's important to note. See that? You can see that right there. Okay. So you take a sip. And I usually have like music on, so I'll do like a little twirl. Woo! I don't know. You do something to kind of pass the time. You rinse off your knife again. Whatever the case may be, you're melting the butter. You're getting things simmery. Now I want you to keep an eye on the flame because I am going to turn it up. And we're going to turn it up, and I want you to see this here. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Okay. So you can see here, right? The cheese, like the tortillas are sticking together. You see that? You see how the cheese is melted? Okay. Now what I want you to do, we've got a good view of this here. We're going to turn the flame up. Because now the cheese is done. It's melted. And now you want to have a crispy tortilla. This is important. The best quesadillas have a crispy tortilla on the outside. So we've turned the flame up. You can see that. Actually, this is helping me, I think, more than it's probably helping you. And you gotta do something to keep yourself busy. So I'm gonna take my cheese, seal it really good because it's important to have things properly contained in the refrigerator so they don't dry out. Can you hear the sizzle? Maybe you can't hear it. I'm gonna put the cheese away. And the tortillas. Okay, I want you to see something here. So, it's bubbling. Do you see that? This is what you want it to look like. And we're going to just do a little, I've got tongs. I mean, you can really use anything. You need something to flip. Okay? Okay. So, now we flipped it. And again, you want to do something to kind of keep yourself busy. This is where you learn how to be efficient. So while that's doing its thing, we're just going to little side step over here. clean plate. Get that out. Now, I do have a table. It's back here. So if I was gonna like serve for people, right, I would get ready to set the table. But it's kind of just me right now because it's almost 9 o'clock at night. It's a Monday night. I'm doing laundry. Not really sure. Well, I'm not sure about a lot of things. But that's irrelevant at this point. Do another flipping. So the important part is that you don't want to overcook, right? Because I said you can't recover from that. And that's true. You cannot recover from overcooking. We're doing a little toasty toast here. Now on my stove, I've got the flame up to a 4, but as you can see, the flame is just covering the entire pan. And that's kind of the important part. And nothing's burning. I mean, you don't hear a smoke alarm going off. Now the handle is hot, so you do want to be careful. Okay. And, ooh, yeah. Okay, so I want to show you something here. You see this? That is a toasty little quesadilla right there. And I've flipped it a couple times because, what did I say? You cannot recover from burned food. You can't flip too much. Once you got the cheese melted, the important part is done. Okay, so, and look at that. So this tells me, like, it all depends on how much you want your quesadilla to be toasty. I'm pretty happy with this at this point in time. So I'm gonna turn the flame off. And there you have it. I guess this would be called cooking with Kara, which I wouldn't really call it anything because it's a quesadilla. But not everyone knows how to make a quesadilla. And I was very fortunate enough, oops. I was gonna slide out and it didn't. I was very fortunate enough to know how to make a quesadilla. And that shit right there, it's bomb. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it's this actually, cheese crunchies, best thing ever. Enjoy. Happy Monday.